2 million people could receive a Social Security benefit hike. This is huge, man. This goes back to what we talked about last couple of days about the Social Security Fairness Act, getting rid of the WEP and GPO penalties, which they are absolute penalties. And we see right here in the state of Maine alone, that benefit 25,000 people. More than 25,000 Mainers could see an increase in their Social Security benefit. And then we go over here to Virginia, and another 55,000 roughly, give or take, could receive a benefit in their Social Security amounts as well because of the Social Security Fairness Act, which passed like a huge majority of congressmen voted for it. And a huge majority of senators are going to do too, as long as it comes up to vote before the session is out, which I think it should. Susan Collins is a co-sponsor of it right here. She's from Maine. She co-sponsored or introduced a bill with Sherrod Brown, who's out, thankfully, so he lost. I was hoping this chick right here, Abigail Spanberger, would lose. She didn't because she's a CIA toad, and she used to work for the CIA. Now she's in the House of Representatives. Nothing weird about that. Same with the chick who won in New Hampshire. She was a CIA officer. Now she's in the House of Representatives. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know how many Republican CIA officers are in there. Nothing fishy at all about all these CIA guys running our House of Representatives, that's for sure. But anyway, she won, this chick right here, Abigail Spanberger, and that sucks. But at least this legislation is pretty good. So we know, she goes, the legislation would eliminate both the WEP and the GPO, two provisions of Social Security that unfairly reduce or eliminate earned retirement benefits for more than 2 million people across the United States. And again, just to give an example of how this works, all right, if you're subject to WEP, that means you lose your first, you're going to lose about 500, most you could lose about $580 a month on your WEP. Now, not everyone subject to WEP will lose that, but they could lose up to half their benefit or $587, whichever is more. All right, so you can't lose more than, whichever is less. You can't lose more than half your benefit. So if your benefit is $1,000, you can only lose $500. But still, if your Social Security benefit is $1,000, you're losing $500. That's a lot of money, dude. Especially if you got a small pension from a teacher, say $2,000, $2,500. All right, so that's a big deal. Now, how much will that cost? If 2 million people all were subject to the max WEP, it would cost the federal government about $1.1 billion, $1.1 billion a year to make these people whole. And that's if 2 million people are subject to the max WEP, which they're not. 1.1 billion, dude. Yeah, it's a lot of money for you and I. It's not a lot of money for the Treasury. It's just not. And these are earned benefits, by the way. Remember, you earn them by how many years you work. So if you got 15 years of labor, all right, what they do is they take those 15 years, they index it with the average wage index, and they add all these 15 years up, they add them all up, and then they divide that by 420. That is your AIME, your average index monthly earnings. The first bend point of your AIME, you get 90% of that, unless you're subject to WEP, and then you only get 40% of that. But you still have to have that labor to get this benefit. It's not a handout. I cannot stress this stuff. You still had to have the taxable income. You had to pay tax on it to get that benefit. That's how it works. All right. Now, GPO is even worse because GPO says, let's say I'm a school teacher, I have a benefit of $2,500 a month. I didn't pay into Social Security. My husband did. My husband has a Social Security benefit of $2,000 a month. I will lose 2/3 of my in this case survivor benefit when my husband dies due to the GPO, the government pension offset. That's $1,600. I only get $400 off his survivor benefit, even though he paid his entirety into Social Security. And OASDI is what? Old age, survivor, and disability insurance. That's what OASDI is. That's why you pay the 6.2 and your employer pays the 6.2. So if you're a survivor and you're subject to GPO, you're going to lose 2/3 of your benefit. You might not get anything, even though OASDI is old age and survivor. It's not fair. Your husband paid into it. He paid into it not just for him, but for the survivor as well. Why would you to lose that? Again, it's an earned benefit. You shouldn't lose that. If you did not have a pension, guess what? You would get the entirety of that survivor benefit. So you're literally being penalized for having a pension because your husband paid into it. If he didn't pay into it, there would be no survivor benefit for you. If you didn't pay into it, there'd be no weapon to worry about anyway for you either. Oh, even Finney doesn't like that. Finney says, no, that's not cool, Josh. or dad. Isn't that right, baby? Anyway, so don't forget to paw the like button for Pobbies. There he is. Yeah, Pablo's not cool with people who think that WEP is a handout. Isn't that right, baby? I love your thoughts. And if you are going to benefit from this, man, you better tell your senator, because this is where is right now. The logjam is there. There's a significant majority of people are going to vote for it, but still, man, you got to make sure it comes to a vote and that they do vote for it before the session's out. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.